All right, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom. Okay, this is the last Shabbat for the month. All right, we begin a new Shabbat, uh, beginning on the 27th. All right, so again, Shabbat Shalom. This is your brother Zakar Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson through the Spirit, and Lord willing, to be edifying to the Lord's elect. Okay, and before I get started, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Yahawadah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. So this is a video from the beloved Elder Yashawamba. His YouTube channel is Remnant Saved. Excuse me. Remnant Saved 144. All right, subscribe and be edified. The name of the lesson is News and Prophecy. Things are getting worse. The squeeze. All right, and that's in parentheses. And yeah, things are getting worse, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're only inching forward until we reach the inevitable collapse. We're reaching the inevitable breakdown of society. All right. And everyone's feeling the squeeze, man. Everyone's feeling the pressure. You see what I'm saying? The economy is has come to a deafening it's like a, what's the word? Basically a nearly unbearable scenario. You know what I'm saying? It's just unlivable conditions that we're subjected to here. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let me get this here. Let's go to the book of Baruch. All right, real quick, Baruch, and I believe it's chapter 4. All right, bear with me. Let me see. Salaki, this is Baruch chapter 3. All right, Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. And it reads, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. All right, for thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. All right. So, you know, we're still this day in this difficult situation. You know what I'm saying? Where we have to be subject to this unrighteous decree. You know what I'm saying? This unrighteous system that's literally based off of debt. You know what I'm saying? It thrives off of debt. You know what I'm saying? Which means that it's, you know, at its very core, the core of its function, it's meant to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? By its own mechanism. So this is an economy that is not built on growth. It's built on, you know, deterioration. All right, and this deterioration happens over time. Okay, and as we've been seeing, these people in charge, you know what I'm saying, these Amalekites, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost, you know, these people who call themselves JOOs, man, they are the ones at the helm, and they pull the strings, man. You know what I'm saying? All they got to do is just have your boy Trump say this thing or say that thing, you know what I'm saying, and the markets will bounce up or down, you know what I'm saying? Bull or a bear, you know what I'm saying? So that's how this thing works. All right. It's a system that's based off of debt. Okay? A debt-based system. So as a result, the people are mourning. You know what I'm saying? The people are in straits. The people are in a very difficult position, you know what I'm saying? And it's unpleasant. and the whole earth is mourning. You know what I'm saying? But specifically you Jakes, because that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for. We're the prophets. We're here primarily for you Israelites, man. You sons and daughters of Jacob. You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Hispanics. All right? We're here to prophesy to you. And so with that said, I'm going to get this in Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. And it reads, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right? Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. All right? Let me read that real quick in the NIV. All right? It says, Get up, go away, for this is not your resting place. Because it is defiled, it is ruined beyond all remedy. All right? There's nothing that can fix this place. All right? No amount of stimulus checks or anything like that is going to fix this problem. You see? This thing is destined to fail. It's destined to be destroyed. All right? When you go to the book of, let me see, the book of, I think that's in Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 49, or chapter 47. Salaki, I'm actually thinking about a different precept. But let me get this here since I'm in Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47. All right. In verse 1 it says, Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. You know what I'm saying? No more being called tender and delicate. This place isn't revered. You know what I'm saying? How it once was. All right? The world is seeing this place for what it truly is. For the facade that is portrayed. The mask that it had on this whole time. This is Jeremiah chapter 51. Jeremiah 51 and verse 7 reads, Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahawah's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is filled up even to the skies. And right now you're seeing all these different countries, you know what I'm saying, they refuse to come to America. You know what I'm saying? I was reading an article, I believe it was yesterday, where, you know, it's being recorded that tourism in America has reached an all-time low. Okay, so nobody cares to come and visit this place anymore. All right. Why? Because the facade has fallen. You know what I'm saying? This whole talk of democracy and freedom and liberty, that's all, you know, it's all breaking away. The people are able to see the truth now. Right? You know, and like I said, this economy is hitting everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just hurting. All right? People are hurting out here. I was just talking to my brother, you know what I'm saying, my biological brother. I was just talking to him, and you know, he's definitely, you know what I'm saying, for the lack of better words, he's you know, he's stressed out, man. All right, he's stressed out because, you know, when you put your hopes in this place, you know what I'm saying, trying to make something, all right, make something happen in this world that's falling apart, you're going to be sorely disappointed, man. You know what I'm saying? Sorely disappointed, right? And, you know, that's just the brunt of it. You know what I'm saying? Real hot and heavy. You know, this place is out of here. There's nothing left to latch on to. There's nothing left to inch on, you know, or shall I say, cleave onto, man. It's done. It's finished. You know what I'm saying? It's finished. And Yahawah told us this, man. Right? I think that's in Luke. Let's go to Luke. Let's see. Here we go. All right, so this is Luke chapter 21. Luke chapter 21 and verse 33. Right? Luke 21:33, it reads, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares." You see what I'm saying? All right. If you're at the point where you're contemplating, you know what I'm saying, self-deletions and all this type of stuff, man. All right. You really got to reevaluate yourself. You know what I'm saying? And really understand what it is that you're doing out here. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to succeed. You know what I'm saying? We're not here for that. We're not here to, make a name for ourselves and make a legacy for ourselves, man. All right, that we can leave to our kids. No, this is literally the end, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to do all that, that's akin to pretty much you trying to move in. You're trying to move in new furniture into a house that's set for demolition next week. That's what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? If you're trying to build a business and you're trying to build legacy, something that you can leave on to your children, all right? You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. You're literally trying to move in new furniture into a building that's about to be destroyed in a couple days. That's what this is. You see what I'm saying? Because America is finished. If you can't see that, then you're not paying attention. All right, you are not paying attention. Let me show you something real quick. Now I want you all to look at this photo. All right, look at this image. Okay? And I need you to let this soak in. Let it sink in, man. Okay? $87 worth of groceries in 1993. All right? $87 worth of groceries back then was able to get you 2 carts full to the brim, overflowing. 2 carts. You see what I'm saying? That was $87. Today, 2 bags worth of groceries is going to be $87. 2 bags. You know what I'm saying? And that's if you're being conservative. All right, that's if you're being conservative, because it can push you past the $100 mark. You see what I'm saying? And that's just 2 bags. This was 1993. All right, so let me read that precept again. Let's go to Micah chapter 2, verse 10, all right, in the NIV. It reads, "Get up, go away, for this is not your resting place, because it is defiled, it is ruined beyond all remedy." Right? So, what is it? In the NLT? In the NLT, it reads, "Up, be gone. This is no longer your land and home, for you have filled it with sin and ruined it completely." All right? This place is beyond repair, man. Okay? It can't be fixed. You see what I'm saying? When you see these jakes out here, all right, they're coming against us, the prophets, telling us that oh, we're manifesting Jacob's trouble, we need to stop, you know what I'm saying? Or we're you know, we're preaching hate and all that stuff, and we need to stop. You know, these jokers want to stay here. All right? These Israelites want to stay here, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to stay here. When the Lord comes, you know what I'm saying, and gathers his elect, they are going to stay here. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, this is not your rest. All right? This is not your rest. It is defiled and it's beyond it's beyond remedy and repair, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the elders video. Bear with me. All right, and we're gonna check this out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I want to show y'all a couple of articles after this. But let's listen in.
You try to eat healthy. The 2 bags of groceries, $125. Press as grapes. Yeah, this place is they're bringing a squeeze up on the people. We feel the squeeze too. You try to eat healthy. The 2 bags of groceries, $125.
I just said that.
Narrow, straightened, contracted, metaphorically, to trouble, afflict, distress. What does the scripture say? He shall wear out the saints. So we feel what they feel too. All right, but our perspective towards it, and we've been blessed with the Holy Spirit of promise, man. So to us, this ain't the end all be all. The scriptures say we have no continuing city here. Okay? Hebrews 13 and 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. See that? We have no continuing city here, but we seek one to come, man. Okay? NLT. But this world is not our permanent home. We are looking forward to a home yet to come. Okay? So we'll have the thought, but at least we got something to look forward to, man. And at least the truth is here. And the new song is being sung. Music is made to comfort you, to promote constructive behavior. So through the hell, we don't give up. These people are being devoured by Babylon. Okay? Yeah, we catch our hell, but through the hell, all right, we endure hardness as soldiers, man. All right, and we continue to prophesy.
Work for the government, and then I do Uber Eats after work. I'm working 12 to 15-hour days, and I just don't understand, as an American in one of the greatest countries supposedly in the world, how is like food a luxury for me? Like, I don't understand. Like, I work so hard, and I don't even have $1,200 to fix my car when it breaks. And because it did, I had to sacrifice not only food, but my rent is now late. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I work so hard.
Struggling so much with unlearning as a South African living in America is the fact that not everyone is out there to get you. You know, being born and raised in South Africa, you just know that you cannot announce certain things because there's people out there lurking. There's like village pilots, you know, and they're very strong, and they somehow don't use the power they have to, you know, elevate themselves, but they use it to bring other people down. So it scares me to announce anything that's great that happens in my life. Like, I just cannot. I'm not allowed to, basically, because chances are that might be taken away from me, you know. And I was seeing this girl that I've been following for a while on Instagram. She recently posted like this big announcement that she's pregnant. It was beautiful. Everyone was showering her with love. We were just there like, oh my God, yes, you know. And I was like, I could never. Like, I could never do that. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't have that privilege.
You work a job and you'll barely get any income from that job. And you have to choose between getting gas or food. Sometimes you might not even be able to afford either. Now, before anybody tells me, oh, get another job. One, I don't believe that's the way that life is supposed to be, where you get another job. There's plenty of wealth and plenty of commodities to go around for everybody. Well, that's one. And two, all the jobs are structured the same. You barely make any income. You move along the ladder. You give your life away to the company, and then you retire. And guess what? You're just over broke. Just over broke. For most of us, we're literally one paycheck away from literally being homeless. It's a sad truth. For anybody that thinks, I want to come to America and it's going to be this land of opportunity, sure, it potentially be. of it is that you just end up falling right victim into the same system. Hopefully, something changes, man, because this just doesn't feel like this is what it's supposed to be.
See, this is their hope, is that this world changes.
Yeah. And that's their hope, man. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to the priest Mahaloya over in Kansas City, you know what I'm saying, the beloved priest, and he was going into this into the account of this one woman, you know what I'm saying, who gave 25 years of her life. 25 years of her life to this particular company that she was in. Doge came through and was getting ready to slash all the jobs at her department. She had 5 years left to retire. After giving 25 years of her life, she had 5 years left before she would retire. She came in to work. She went, sat at her desk. She just put her head down, and she gave up the ghost, bro. She gave up the ghost, bro. Her eyes closed and they never opened up. They didn't open up ever again. She was dead. She went to work. She gave her life to that job. And she perished at work because of the stress. The stress was too much. This place is finished, man. This place is finished. You see what I'm saying? There's no remedy. There's no fixing it. There's no balm for her pain. You see what I'm saying? This is it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Literally, the only thing that keeps you moving, that keeps me moving, that keeps the brethren moving, the Akim, you see what I'm saying? My fellow laborers, the only thing that keeps us moving, and you hopeful elect out there who listen to the prophets and believe, is the truth. That's what keeps us moving. The truth of knowing that this place is going to be destroyed. Knowing that Yahawah is going to come back. Bringing the whole host of angels with him. You see what I'm saying? To deliver us. You see? Hoping that we are of the elect. That's what keeps us moving. Let me get this in Isaiah. All right? These jokers out here who put their trust in Babylon the Great, you know what I'm saying? You know, they're through out here, man. They're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. This is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. It reads, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord Yahawah is his treasure." You see what I'm saying? It's through the wisdom and the knowledge that we hold of the mysteries that's written, contained within this book, that's broken down to you by the prophets. That's what gives you hope. That's what keeps you pushing on. You see what I'm saying? That's what keeps you pushing on. Let me get this here. Let's go to Romans. All right? Let me see. Right, this is Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. It reads, For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. You see? Let's go here. Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8, verse 18. All right, this is to you hopeful elect out there, man. Romans chapter 8, verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of our power. You see what I'm saying? We're hopeful and we're waiting for the Lord to restore us back to our original state, where we were back in the ancient world, when we were gods. You see what I'm saying? When we were mighty men. You see? That's what we're hoping for, man. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got your hopes in this place, you finished out here, man. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse 4. And it reads, For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. You see? This is what we're hoping for. This is what we're praying for. What we're holding fast to. You see? But if your heart is set on this place, you know what I'm saying? If your heart is set on this place and you think that, you know, I'm gonna live to see my children going to college or going to kindergarten or something like that, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna live to watch them grow and all that stuff, man, you have to understand what times we in. All right? We are literally at the precipice of World War III. If you're ignoring that, then you're just not watching. You're just not watching. If you don't see that, then you're not watching it. Or you know it and you're just hoping that that the Lord allows this place to continue on a little bit longer. You see what I'm saying? And if that's the case, you most certainly are not in the right spirit. You need to be hastening the day, praying that the Lord shorten the days. You see? Let's continue.
It's only going to get worse. Okay?
It's just really interesting when we see so much going on all the time. There's no rest living in here. It's always something loud, whether it's like technocrats taking over the government, or we have these wildfires, or we have, a series of terrorists domestically grown attacking schools or blowing themselves up or making a political statement. It's so
End time vibes. That's what it is. So check out this brother's video.
Why we're stuck in a world full of evil people. People who cause wars, commit crime, and even those who just treat you wrong. This goes back to a hidden truth most people have forgotten. It states evil doesn't start with hate. It starts with control. The American dream, what is that? Whatever it is and whatever it used to be is now dead. There is no American dream. The American dream used to be, you were young, you got a job. College or no college, you got a job, you started working. Saved up money, found somebody, bought a house or built a house, had a couple kids, had a little piece of property. The problem is now, today, that's unattainable. You can't get that. So 99% of people now live in apartments because you can't buy a house. You can't own a home and have a family and support your family on one income. As it stands tonight, we live in a country where the President of the United States and his lawyers are insisting in court that the President can snatch anyone in America out of their car while their child is in the back seat, as was the case for Mr. Abrego Garcia, put that person on a plane to El Salvador, locking that person up in a prison in El Salvador, and if it turns out that person's an American citizen who has never committed a crime anywhere in the world, then it's just an administrative error. The President of the United States is trying to strike fear.
Okay. So, yeah, man, that's the video from the beloved elder Yahawah. All right, like I said, this is his channel, Remnant Saved 144. All right, you go to YouTube channel, to his YouTube channel, subscribe and be edified, man. All right, but I gotta show you these articles real quick before we bounce up out of here. All right, bear with me. All right, check this out. This is from naturalnews.com, and it reads, I'm just gonna hit the headlines. You know what I'm saying? Headlights. I'm gonna hit the headlines. It says over 60% of Americans are hooked on pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical Ds, you know what I'm saying? All right, it says these are the most commonly prescribed drugs and their most pervasive side effects. All right, that's not a good number, man. You see what I'm saying? That's a recipe for disaster. It says over 60%. Over 60% of Americans are hooked on these yeah, you see what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I want you to think for a minute, you know what I'm saying, with this famine that is looming. Okay? The famines that's looming. And it says and what was it? You had Walmart and you had Target and I forget what other company it was. Let me check. Let me look here real quick. Come on. All right, so it says CEOs of Walmart and Target and Home Depot and Lowe's had warned that store shelves all over America could soon be empty. All right. Now you know where these pharmaceutical stuff be coming from, right? They mostly come from Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Walmart. You got Wegmans. You have Rite Aid. All right. You got these different places where you go to get your meds. You see what I'm saying? All right. And all of this is based off of these tariffs. And I told you, you know what I'm saying, once these tariffs start to kick in, all right? And it says within weeks, you know what I'm saying, within weeks, these shelves could be empty, right? What's the scripture say? The scripture say in 2nd Ezra that the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? Let me get it real quick. Okay. Slocky. There we go. 2nd Ezra chapter 6. All right, I was in chapter 16. It's chapter 6. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, and let's read verse 22. It reads, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The stores, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." All right. So we're about to see these dark days, man. You know what I'm saying? We about to see it. Okay. And for over 60% of Americans who need those particular happy meds, you know what I'm saying? Those happy pills, man. All right. It's about to be some dark times. Some dark times, man. You see what I'm saying? Because you know what them things do, man. They suppress the demons. What happens when they don't have access to that suppressant? You know what I'm saying? Let's call it what it is. Well, inevitably, these people are gonna lose their shit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna lose their shit, man. All right? And you're gonna see some crazy, crazy people out here. Chaos everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's this article. Let's get another article real quick. Bear with me. All right, this is from endtimeheadlines.org. All right, and it reads, Gen Zers are terrified of a recession. They're so terrified of recession that they're ditching doom spending. All right, so it's the economy's so freaking bad out here that these kids they're not even trying to prepare for what's coming. You know what I'm saying? They're not even going to take the time to prepare for what's coming. It says that they would rather order Happy Meals and use ChatGPT for free therapy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Gen Zers are so terrified of a recession that they're ditching doom spending ordering Happy Meals, and using ChatGPT for free therapy, which you shouldn't be dealing with that fast food. You know what I'm saying? Don't be dealing with that fast food. All right? Don't be dealing with you definitely shouldn't be dealing with McDonald's, man. All right? Cut that shit out. You see what I'm saying? Don't be dealing with Burger King, with Wendy's, and all that garbage, man. All right? Don't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It's time to let that stuff go now. You know what I'm saying? But it says they're using ChatGPT for free therapy, man. All right? That's how bad things are getting. All right? And there was during the during the pandemonic era, you know what I'm saying, back in 2020, you know what I'm saying, there was a term for the mental state of the people, and it was called lamenting. All right, it was called lamenting. And it was crazy, man. They had hotlines and all that stuff that you could call and you could just scream. Hotlines that you could call and just scream. You don't think that these devils on the other side of that line was harvesting all that energy? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. This place is through. This place is finished. You see what I'm saying? Let me get one more article, man, before I close it out. Using ChatGPT for free therapy, man. That's crazy. That's nasty work, baby. All right. This is from the same website. It says, Gen Z grads claim college degrees are a waste of time and money as AI infiltrates workplace. Okay? And we can clearly see what this is all about, man. When you got, Elon Musk with Doge going around, you know what I'm saying, just tearing down jobs and everything like that. All right. What is it being replaced with? You see what I'm saying? What's it being replaced with, man? All right? It's being replaced with AI. It's being replaced with the new system. Okay? And they got these people fooled, man. You know what I'm saying? They got these people fooled. Hey, I was one of them too. I wanted to go to school to be a meteorologist. You know what I'm saying? To be a meteorologist, I went to school for that. All right? And I thought about it. I was like, yo, this isn't something that's going to be sustainable. You know what I'm saying? So I thought on more practical means, which is how I ended up, going to school for metallurgy and became a welder. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, man. But nevertheless, a lot of people fell into that trap. And you hear the horror stories, is atrocious, man. You got jokers that's got $100,000 worth of student loan debt. You know what I'm saying? And most of these degrees are degrees in shit that don't even matter. Like, they're not even forms of science and different forms of STEM, right? Science, technology, engineering, and math. It's not even in those fundamental disciplines. It's in damn. I'm thinking of one major that shit. It was something stupid. Something stupid, man. My just putting it out there, man. My nephew was dating this girl, and she was going to school for some goofy ass degree. You know what I'm saying? In was it therapeutic art? Therapeutic art. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like half of these degrees don't even mean anything. They don't mean anything. You see what I'm saying? They don't mean anything. All right? So, let me get this precept here, and I'll close it out, man. Because this is just, out of control. As a matter of fact, you know, the Trump administration is now going to, you know, put these student loan holders back on the hook to pay that student loan, man. You know what I'm saying? All that debt. And it's gonna cause some it's gonna cause some chaos out here. Chaos. You know what I'm saying? This place is finished. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 24. All right, Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4 reads, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. All right, the haughty people of the earth do languish, like I said. Okay, that term for their mental instability is they call it languishing. You see what I'm saying? It says the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. You see? And so let's jump down. Let's jump down. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, and all the merry-hearted do sigh. All right? This is a good image right here, man. All the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth. The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And very soon they're going to be looking for answers, man, to ease their burden. And that's going to be the worst time to look for answers, man, because the ones who have the answers, who could answer your questions, will no longer be available. We're going to be gone. You see what I'm saying? So get this truth while you got it, while you can. So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, this has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi YAHAWADAH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.